Hello crafty friends, welcome to this little bonus video. So I've just got back from a 2-week holiday in the stationery capital of the world, Japan. It was a once in a lifetime holiday for me and my family. My husband goes there regularly for business, but as a family we've never been. So we saved up our pennies and we went and had a wonderful time. And of course I went into every stationery and papercraft shop that I could find. And I thought I would share the things that I bought with you because this is a card making / papercraft channel. And although I don't normally do haul videos, this channel is really all about spending less and crafting more. I thought this would be an exception. I did ask in my Facebook group and here in my community tab on YouTube, and it was a resounding, yes please, we'd love to see what you bought in Japan. So here we are. So for the first 5 nights of our holiday, we stayed in Tokyo, and these are the bits that I bought there. I do love a sticker. I like to use them in scrapbooking and journaling. So one of my aims for the trip was to come back with some stickers, which I did. These I got in a shop called Loft, which is kind of a stationery shop, candles, gadgets, that kind of thing. And I got these daily deco stickers. This one's called Lazy Sunday. We've got Campus, we've got My Kitchen and a Retro Office. And then I bought these masking seals, and we've got 4 sheets here. They look a bit like postage stamps and they fold down like that, and you can tuck it in your little journal or your diary or something. And you can use them to add the images to your journaling, or this one here looks like it's holding down a bit of string. So I rather liked those, very pretty. And then this is actually a gift for a cat loving friend, and they're post-it notes basically with a little white cat one, which I thought was very cute because she's got a white cat. And quite a bit of what I've actually bought I'm going to break down and make into little gift parcels for people. Obviously I'll keep some for myself, but a lot of it I'm going to parcel up and make gifts with. So that was from Loft. In Tokyo, in the Ginza district, we went to Atoya, and Atoya is a 12-storey, really skinny little building in this really posh area of Tokyo. And on most of the floors, there is stationery. So it is a bit of a sort of spiritual pilgrimage home for stationery lovers. I didn't buy an awful lot because it was incredibly crowded and very hot, and I was coming over all a bit odd. So I quickly grabbed some bits, and I got this beautiful cherry blossom sakura patterned paper, and there's quite a few sheets there. It's only small and it's quite thin and translucent, but it's ever so pretty. And again, this is something I'm going to break up and give as gifts, but I'm definitely going to be using some of that in my card making and journaling. It's lovely. I got some cute cat stickers. This is called Munchkin, and these were made in Japan. I really did try to get things that were made in Japan rather than say made in China and shipped to Japan. There's no point in going to somewhere like Japan and buying stuff made in other countries, I think. Some of the stickers, the daily deco stickers, I think were made in Korea, but pretty much most of what I bought, I think, was made in Japan. So these are little cat stickers. Again, these are destined for a cat-loving friend. And then I bought this little book. There were so many beautiful notebooks. I thought I would try this one. So this is fountain pen friendly. It's dot grid. It's got a little internal pocket. It is passport size, and it's soft back, and it's designed to sort of be shoved in a pocket, and it can handle being rolled up. The cover is beautifully soft, and it's got this sequins embossing on it, and it's a nice dot grid. And I'm going to do some pen tests on all the papers that I bought for writing on to see which pens will work well with them. Next, I went with my daughter to the Studio Ghibli shop at Tokyo Station. She's just got me into watching Studio Ghibli movies, and she went and bought lots of merch in the shop. I bought a few bits. So I got myself a new pen. This is a Jetstream pen with My Neighbour Totoro imagery and writing on it, and it's got 4 colours, and the mechanism on this is so smooth, it's beautiful. and it's a very fine point. What is it? 0.38. So I've got a nice new pen. I think that will be good for journaling. I also bought 2 of these pins, one each for my niece and my nephew. And this is from My Neighbour Totoro again. It's the face of the cat cat. And if you've ever seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I thought they'd enjoy that. They've got a cat, so they both love cats, and I thought they'd like that. And then I bought a Howl's Moving Castle notebook, another film, and this has got sort of creamy paper with a grid in it. And I did a little bit of a pen test there with my Neighbour Totoro pen, and it works really well. It doesn't kind of dent the paper or show through much at all. So that was my Studio Ghibli purchase. And for the second half of our holiday, we did 5 nights in Kyoto, and this is my stationery haul from Kyoto. So the first shop I went to in Kyoto was a tag shop just up the road from our hotel. Tag has kind of office supplies in it, but also a big luxury stationery area, and that's where I mostly shop from. They did have quite a good selection of travellers' notebook inserts, so I bought some that I haven't had before. So as I said, my husband travels to Japan quite a lot for business, and quite a few years ago now, he bought me back a lovely leather Traveller's Factory Traveller's Notebook cover. So I've been using that for years, doing lots of journaling and scrapbooking in this size. But I thought as I was there, I would get some different notebooks. So this one is just a plain white dot grid. Then we've got a lightweight blank. And this one is a 5mm white grid paper. And then this one is actually watercolour paper. So I thought that would be fun. I've not watercoloured in a Traveller's Notebook watercolour book before. So I got some of those, and they're so much cheaper, obviously, in Japan than they are in the UK. Now, you can't go to Japan without buying some washi tape. So I bought some basic colours, just a couple, because I've got quite a bit of plain colour washi tape, but I know I don't have a yellow and a green like that, so I got those. And then I've got this beautiful cherry blossom one. We were about a week late for the cherry blossom season. There was still some cherry blossom on the trees, but it wasn't its usual kind of riot of cherry blossom, shall we say. But it was still very lovely to behold. I'm going to have to find some scissors, hang on. So there we go. This is a really, really pretty pale pink cherry blossom washi tape. And this one has got a table of some description. I'm sure it has a meaning. I'm going to have to look it up properly. But I think it's quite decorative, and I do love a grid. I've got a real soft spot for grids and tables and things like that. So I did pick up a couple of bookmarks, golden bookmarks. This one's got butterflies on it, and it's destined for a friend who loves butterflies. And this one's got, I think that's the Golden Palace or the Golden Pavilion on it, and that's destined for my mum, because my dad, when he was alive, used to go to Japan on business, and we've got a lovely photograph of him stood in front of the Golden Pavilion, and I thought that would be nice to give to my mum. I've got a fridge magnet here with cherry blossom and a bridge and a river, and that's for my sister because she likes to collect fridge magnets. And then there are these beautiful little notebooks. Haven't quite decided who's getting these yet. I'm definitely going to keep one for myself, but they're just white paper with a lovely patterned paper front and back covers and bound with some string. I just thought they were really sweet. And they were 385 yen, which is just over £1. Let's say that now it's about £1.75, I think. So bargain, so 3 of those. And then more stickers. These are for my niece and nephew. Some little ninjas. Thought they would enjoy those. And then some origami cranes. Some little tiny food stickers. Some more little tiny food stickers. These are Midori. Even more food stickers with funny little faces on. Hee hee is the name of the sticker set. Some more of the daily deco stickers. And this one is in my bag. So again, just kind of daily stickers you can use in your planning, your journaling, just to brighten up what you're doing. Very happy with those. So I did go back to Tag a second time, and that's in here. My purchases are in this brown bag. But the first time I went, I spent over a certain amount of money, and as a foreign tourist, if you spend over a certain amount of money, you can get the tax back. Now, some of the shops who are registered with the scheme will knock it off the price there and then. And with other shops, you have to claim it back when you get to the airport. But this shop, Tag, knocked it off the price there and then. But what you have to do, they put it in this bag and they seal it with the receipt on the outside. And you're not allowed to open it until you've left Japan. So that's why that was in this bag. But this didn't hit the limit. Again, presents. These are for my niece and nephew. These are little erasers in the shape of food. So we've got some sushi and bento boxes and a fizzy drink. So I thought they were fun. And I got them each a little coin purse. And I'm going to put some of the Japanese coins in them because I thought they'd find those interesting. And then I got this little pen. It's a Uniball 1. Uniball 1? Yeah. And it's just a little gel pen, but again, it's very fine. I thought that would be fun to keep in my handbag because it's a nice small compact pen and it's one of my favourite colours, this pale minty sagey colour. I didn't buy a lot of pens. In fact, I only think I bought 3 because a lot of the pens that I saw in the shops I already have or have easy access to, because a lot of the pens that I like to buy are Japanese pens like the Uniball pens. So I didn't feel the need. I can get those on Amazon. But I did buy some notebooks. Again, one of these, I think this one is going to go to a friend. It's a beautiful gridded notebook with some very delicate pale bluey purple flowers printed on each page. I'm thinking I'm going to keep this one myself. Oh, more stickers. And this has just got a grid there, but it's got some lovely flowers on the cover. So this one is definitely going to a friend. It's got lots of things like makeup and nail polish and shoes and perfume bottles on. So I've got someone in mind for that. Oh, and this is another lovely notebook. It's dot grid, but it's got some watercolory patterns on each page, which I thought was lovely. So that's for me as well. So those are my 2 little shops in Tag. Next, I went on a bit of an epic trip for me. I do have problems with my mobility at the moment, so I had to take my crutch to Japan with me. But I was able to do most of what I wanted to do and get around. I did go on a bit of an epic walk one day to the Traveller's Factory shop in Kyoto because I wanted to see what was there, because I've been using Traveller's notebooks for a long time. And even though I'd bought some notebooks from Tag, I thought I would see what there was that might take my fancy. And this was my extravagance. I decided to get a new Traveller's notebook cover, and I got the Kyoto edition. So this is a blue leather cover. It's a really beautiful tealy blue, very dark, very deep, with rose gold embossing that says Traveller's Factory Kyoto on it. And it came with a Traveller's notebook insert, just plain paper, with "There is a reason why we tripped Kyoto" on the front, Traveller's Factory, and all sorts of Kyoto icons there. So we've got the Kyoto Tower, which I didn't go up, but my family did. This is, I think that's a tea whisk thing. And then this is the Traveller's Factory building. And I did use one of their stamps to stamp this particular stamp in the front of my notebook. They had hundreds of stamps, but I thought I'm just going to pick one that's most relevant, and I picked the building. It says built in 1926 and originally used as Kyoto Central Telephone Office, and then I stamped the date because they had date stamps as well. And I also separately bought this little wallet, which I thought would be great for documenting my trip to Japan in this. And I've got lots of little cards and things that I picked up on the way. I've got my travel card. I can pop those in there, and I thought that'd be a fun little addition. I also bought a clip. This just holds your notebook open or closed, and I thought that was really nice. So this wasn't cheap, but it was cheaper than it would have been buying it in the UK. And I'm not even sure you can get these limited edition things online. So I was really pleased to find that, and I'm going to really enjoy using it. Right, now we're on to, I can't remember the name of the shop. It began with an M and the second word was Washi. I'll put the name down here somewhere. But this was a shop that sold washi paper. So I really, really love this paper bag, so I'm going to definitely keep that and use that. So I found lots of lovely things here. I bought this. It says leaf gift in it. And on the back it says handmade gold, silver leaf paper scraps are packed to make use of them till the end. On our pride as creators, we put them and our hearts into a package. We've got lots of little scraps in here and some sort of die cut or punched shapes, and just loads of scraps of different metallics. You know how I love my metallics. All sorts of different finishes. So pretty. And I thought it was an absolute bargain. So expect to see that appearing in a video near you soon. And then there's some little origami papers. I could have bought everything in this shop. It was so lovely. The sheets of paper were massive, kind of like the UK, maybe A2 size, I think. No, maybe even A1. Obviously I wasn't going to get that in my suitcase without rolling it and squishing it. So I bought some little sampler packs of these. Again, these would look so pretty on cards, but also scrapbooking. Some of them are worthy of just popping in a frame, I think. Look at this pretty sakura, cherry blossom and gold, just so lovely. Then they had lots of little packs of punched or die cut shapes, I think obviously out of scraps of paper. So these have got some double-sided sticky on the back, so they would be really nice to put on a card. Again, this was a little sampler of papers. So striking, I think, the strong colours and the gold. Now these I really, really liked, and one of them is definitely going to a friend, and it says on it, incense for stationery. This type of Japanese incense is commonly enclosed in a letter. It consists of an aromatic wood shaving placed between pieces of Japanese paper washi, and they smell lovely. So these little flowers, you would pop in a letter and it would scent the letter. So I've got a recipient in mind for at least one of those. The other one I might keep for myself. I did get some more washi. I did try not to go too mad with my spending, but I had been saving up, so I didn't hold myself back too much. But these have just got some wood block paintings on, just 3 of them, I think. Yeah, Mount Fuji, and the big wave. And I thought they would look really nice, just snipped out and individually placed in one of my Japan journals. And then we've got these little memo boxes. I'm going to give one of these to my mum, because she always has bits of paper around which she likes to write her little notes on, and shopping lists and things. So I thought she might like one of these. So I've got lots of little bits of paper in there, and a box covered in washi paper. Again, that's got gold on it, and so has that. It's just so up my street. So that was from the washi shop. This is from Box and Needle, which was another bit of an epic trip for me. I walked from the hotel down to the shop. They are actually moving, and the woman in there, who spoke really, really good English and was really pleased to see me and showed me all around the shop and talked me through all sorts of things. She gave me this little cardstock key, or chipboard key rather, with their new address on it. So Box and Needle Kyoto is moving home. But again, they have massive, massive sheets of washi paper, and I was like, oh, I really love this. But it's not going to make it home in my suitcase. And she showed me where they had A4 pieces of it. So I got just a few sheets because, again, I could have bought everything in the shop. It was all so beautiful. I really love this pattern. So I just tried to choose things that really grabbed me. So this grabbed me. I love the greeny teal of it, sort of cobalt turquoise, and this pattern. This one, I love the flowers, and it's silver. I'm normally a gold person, but this silver is just lovely on there. And then this one is gold, and it's just sort of kind of a almost smooshed, I guess, gold on a bluey grey background. So those were the 3 pieces of washi paper, and they are a little bit crumpled. They did get squashed in my suitcase. If I thought about it, I'd have bought maybe just a little folder or something from this stationer's to put them in, but I didn't think about it. And then I saw this, a massive sheet of it, and again I was like, oh, I wish I could buy that. But they didn't have the A4 size of it, but they did have some boxes that they'd made and covered it in the paper. So this is actually designed to go on a wall. So you put a couple of screws in, or you can put some magnets in, stick that on the wall, and then that goes on the front. So it's basically a work of art. I really loved this. It kind of looks cut out, but also hand drawn, a combination of the two. This really appealed to me. And then this paper, I couldn't find a small piece of the paper. They didn't have any in the shop, so I bought this. It was on special offer actually. It was 500 yen, so roughly £2.50. And it's a lovely dark blue indigo colour with a gold scripty swirl. It's not writing, you can't really see it, but it's just so pretty, and I thought that would make a nice little trinket box for something. I could put my washi tape in it, or my traveller's notebook clip, and a pen or something. So that's my stationery haul from Japan. I hope you've enjoyed this little glimpse at the things that I bought. I will put a link to the shops that I went to in this video's description, so if you're ever in Japan, you can go and have a look there if you so desire. Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.